Boom, and welcome back to part 2 of episode 3 of the Nosebleeds Podcast. I just put up a 2. I think I just caught myself putting up a 2. This is definitely part 2 of episode 3.
Part 2 of 3. Yeah.
Well, we got wardrobe changes. We look a little different. We still got the green screen. We're rocking the green screen. Green screen's dope. Not going to lie. Celsius can. We got to turn it that way. Peach vibe. Get your Celsius intake. It's very delicious and healthy. But Ty, we're back for part 2. And what are we going to talk about in this part?
We are going to bust down our top 5 fictional athletes of all time.
Ooh.
All right, so that's going to be an interesting list. I'm excited to see what you have. You know, we both grew up watching our fair share of sports movies.
Listen.
We are also going to go through if we could attend any sporting event in the history of all sporting events, where would you want to be? And then we'll talk about our greatest tailgate memory.
Boom, and I think we're going to wrap it up there with some paradise picks, and we'll see you later. So, let's hop right into it. All right, top 5 fictional athletes. I came up with this one off the dome because I think this is going to be, another good funny segment. So these are our top 5 fictional athletes, whether it's from TV shows, movies, children's books, anything. But these are our personal list. We both have 2 lists, 5 to 1, least to best, in our opinion. So if you want to hit it off, who is your number 5 best athlete in a fictional athlete?
Well, my number 5 is going to be the Forrest Gump, the one and only. He was a All-American in the SEC, didn't even have to try. All-American track and field. Mans was just a freak of nature, an athlete, but he didn't look like one, but he got the job done. So that's my number 5.
See, I didn't even think about that. It's like that Forrest Gump was an athlete, because they're like, oh, man, that's just the town fool, or whatever they say in the movie. And the dude's, running, breaking off 90-yard runs. That was a pretty interesting one.
Burning everybody. Yeah.
Just watched that movie.
Yeah, we literally just watched that movie. So thanks for blowing my mind.
I love it.
Going into my list, my number 5. I don't know if you've ever heard of a show called Eastbound and Down. You ever heard of that on HBO? It's starring Danny McBride as Kenny Powers. Now, Kenny Powers, he's a showman, dude. Kenny Powers in his prime was, the vulgarities, of the show. It's great. But the hair, the mullet, I'm not going to spoil the series for you, but if you've never seen Eastbound and Down and you want a good laugh, Kenny Powers. If anybody ever refers to it as Kenny Powers, this is how I'm going to put it. Hall of Fame. Like, you are the guy that somebody wants to be if somebody calls you Kenny Powers. But that's my number 5.
Ballot.
I'll throw up a little clip of Kenny Powers because we know his signature catchphrase.
The hair, the people got to see the hair.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anybody familiar with Danny McBride knows what he's rocking most of the days. But the dude kills that role, and Kenny Powers is my number 5. So who do you have at 4?
That's good. At number 4, I have Mr. Paul Crewe from The Longest Yard. I'm going with the Adam Sandler Paul Crewe.
Adam Sandler Paul
Crewe. That relates more to me. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, Super Bowl champion, all that, and then goes to jail on a drunk driving charge, and then prisoners versus guards, and he,
great movie.
Why? Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I highly recommend it. He earned his fair share in this list.
Hey, let me take that tray out for you.
I'm done eating yet.
Oh, you're not? I'll give it back to you then.
My favorite character from that movie, I don't know his name, but Chris Rock. I mean, that dude kills the 10 scenes he's in.
Yeah.
Before I won't spoil it. But
it's a superstar.
He's half a star. All right. Moving down my list is another one people may not know.
Yeah. What do you have?
This one was one that was circulating the cranium. You guys ever seen the movie Balls of Fury? Balls of Fury. I know it sounds weird. With Christopher Walken. I think that's how you say his name. I don't even know the actor.
Yeah.
Who plays the guy? Google it. But his name's Randy Daytona, and that's how they say it in the movie. And he's the greatest the American ping pong player in the history. And I'll just throw up a clip of him performing in some old folks' home.
It's Dan.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Dan Fogler plays Randy Daytona.
Shout out to you.
Oh my god, dude! It's like he gets it. There's a scene where he's like playing like ping pong like this, and he's like smiling at the
Just
crowd.
smacking it. Yeah.
Like I'll play the clip side by side right there. You'll see. I nailed that. Okay, Ben. Moving on down the list. Number 3. Who do you got at 3?
I got Ricky Wild Thang Vaughn. Mr. Charlie Sheen plays Ricky Vaughn in the movie Major League. Yes, sir. And honestly, like, if I would have gone to the MLB, I feel like that would be my personality. I would just have the crazy haircut, just come in there like, wow, bang.
God, that was weird. That was weird. That was perfect timing.
Look at this guy. My kind of team, Charlie. It's my kind of team.
Yeah, but dude, that movie's
you
awesome.
would call me in. People would feel the same way about me coming into the game as they did about Mariano Rivera, all right?
Yeah, no, like the hecklers when they're like, wow, dang, you stank. Or what, I don't even remember what they say in the movie, but that series of movies is great. But coming in at 3, I got a childhood kind of maybe. Dodgeball, an underdog story. Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Steve the Pirate. I believe that's his name. But my favorite athlete from that one is definitely White Goodman. I mean, dude's all about health. The Purple Cobras, but it like like Purple Cobras. I mean, that Ben Stiller killed that in Dodgeball.
To be continued.
Oh! You don't get to touch me. Ever.
Okay, Romeo. Let me help you up.
Get off of me! Don't you touch me!
And White Goodman's just an all-around great character.
I love the mural that he has in his office.
Oh yeah, like wrestling
of him
I
with
think
the
it's like
lion.
wrestling the
Yes,
bull
the lion
or something. Yeah, I don't even remember
so
what
he's got
it
the
is.
bull by the
horns.
horns.
By the horns, yeah. That's a great movie. Very, very high, well recommended in my book. But number 2, who do you got at 2? We're getting close here to the end. Who do you got at 2?
Yeah, I have the infamous Mr. Happy Gilmore. He is a hockey player turned into a PGA Pro Tour champion. You name it. He's got the green jacket, all that stuff. He's my number 2. I mean, how can you not root for somebody that putts with a golden hockey stick, you know?
Okay, but I'm going to counteract your Happy Gilmore. My 2, I'm bringing in Shooter McGavin's my number 2 athlete. Let me tell you, that dude, I don't even know his name as an actor either, but I know he does like cameos, you know, that site, like acting as Shooter McGavin. I mean, that dude still loves his role. But I remember one scene from the show when he's like, I eat piles of shit like you for breakfast. And Happy Gilmore's like, you eat shit for breakfast? And I'm like, no. I'll find that scene. Hopefully we don't get slammed with another copyright. But that's a great movie.
Yeah, that's all around.
Christopher McDonald.
Like, go to your get in the hole, ball.
Yeah,
Don't you want to go home?
He's like blowing on the ball. Great golf movie. Great movie in general, but I don't think it tops my number 1 to Shooter McGavin. What do you have at 1? Bring us home.
I have the infamous Mr. Benny the Jet Rodriguez from The Sandlot. All right, listen, growing up, there is nobody I wanted to be besides Benny the Jet, man. Like, just imagine, like, well, first off, just having a Sandlot. Like, I wish I had a Sandlot around me where we
kind of did by Annapolis. Those were kind of Sandlotties.
Yeah, but I wanted that, like, an abandoned car in the background, all that stuff, like the
Junkyard
OG Sandlot. But yeah, no, Benny the Jet, hands down, is my number 1 fictional athlete. Like, for his everything, childhood, he's got my number 1 spot. So let me hear yours.
I'm gonna bring it home with an actor we all know and love, and a great movie. I mean, you know, like John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, they kill it. Sherlock Holmes was meh, in my opinion, but Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, you know who's coming in at number 1, and that's Ricky Bobby. Now let me tell you, whoever wrote that movie, whoever's a screenwriter for that movie, I mean, that guy, Mr. Moneybags, because Ricky Bobby just like I don't know the aspect of the character or how he carried like the one scene he's like, I'm on fire, like when he's on fire. And his crewmates are like, he's like, how'd he get down to his underwear so fast?
Yeah, so fast. He's like, wow, I've never seen that. He's like, well, I'll be honest with you, Stash. I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Yeah. Like the line, if you ain't first, you're last. I mean, that's iconic.
And then his dad's like, he's like, well, shit, Ricky, I was probably drunk when I said that.
No, yeah, he's like, I was high on peyote. Yay, man.
Shake and bake.
Yeah, Shake and Bake. I mean, that movie's amazing.
Shake, bake. He said it ain't shake and bake no more. It's El Pollo Loco.
I'm the Magic Man. Now you see me. Now you don't.
Crazy chicken.
Yeah, that's the stupidest nickname. I admit it is a pretty good nickname. I don't know. I think we could be pretty good improv actors. But long story short, that was our top 5 list for fictional athletes. Let us know your guys' favorite fictional athletes. You know, you've got a lot of legendary athletes to choose from. Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, let us know if we missed
White
anybody.
Goodman. Yeah, you let us know your guys' favorites, and we'll feature you in a little post on our next show. But coming up next, we have a quick little segment of if you could attend any game in the history of sports, what would it be? Stay tuned.
Clark it! Riley! Clark! Get to Clark! Time! He dives in for the touchdown. Did he get it? Yes, sir, he did! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
All right, boom, and we're back. All right, next segment, we're going quick here on this part 2. We're going to do if you could attend any sporting event in the history of sports, what would it be? I've got mine. It's, my personal favorite. Everybody's, personal favorite here. But Ty, why don't you start us off? Where are you going and why?
Yeah, all right. So this was actually really hard for me. So I had one answer written down, and then I thought about it a little more, and I'm like, nope, can't choose that one. I got to choose this one. So it's actually, I had to choose between 2 games in the same series, but I had to go with Game 5 of the 2016 NBA Finals over Game 7. It was very hard for me to make this choice. But listen, I've got my reasons.
Listening?
It's the first game in NBA history where 2 teammates have dropped 40 points side by side. Like Kyrie, just a surgeon on the court, dropped 41. And LeBron James, the GOAT. That was a little weird.
Wow,
Sorry.
What was that?
I don't allergies, I think, or something.
No,
like both of them dropping 40 points. And listen, this was the start of like the most historic finals in NBA history. Like nobody's ever come back from down 3-1.
Oh, 3-1.
What do they do? So exactly what do LeBron and Kyrie do the first game they hear this? Oh, let's go drop 40 on the Golden State Warriors. And it was just an all-around great show. Like I was watching great game. I was watching highlights, and like Klay Thompson, he dropped 37. So like it was just a shootout. That's where I'm going if I'm going anywhere. So
okay. I feel it.
I'm yours for you.
I mean, I get it. We're going personal here, and us being hometown boys, I love a good hockey game, and you know that. I think more than anybody.
Yeah.
My game that I'm going to, 2014 Winter Classic in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Detroit versus Toronto, 110,000 people, snow, freezing cold. Let me tell you, a lot of people wouldn't like it sitting outside. I mean, I don't know how people do like season tickets for football in like Green Bay when it snows half the year.
Yeah, that's right.
But like Winter Classic is the Winter Classic, once a year, New Year's Day. It's always a historic event, no matter what team's playing in it. I think they had it in Dallas last year for the last time they had it with Dallas and Nashville. And I mean, the 2014 game against Detroit and Toronto, 2 original 6 teams. Detroit ended up losing in a shootout, unfortunately. But, I mean, the snow, the atmosphere, the most people to ever attend and watch a hockey game live in person. I mean, I would want to sit nosebleeds, no pun intended, but I would want to sit where the flags wave and just catch the snow, be the first person to catch the snow in the back of my hoodie. I mean, just watching that game on TV, I remember standing right up against the flat screen, so I felt like I was there. But, I mean, to watch 2 original 6 teams, 2 of my favorite NHL teams in, the history of the sport, it would have been a dream come true, and it was a great game. And I hope to, get to a Winter Classic soon. But, for me, that's my game I would have attended.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like that, especially going to overtime, Winter Classic.
Oh yeah, the shootout.
Winter
Oh
Classic,
yeah.
like,
I mean, you imagine
yeah.
like a shootout with the snow accumulating on the ice. Like, I don't know how they do it, but they're professional athletes and they make way more than our pay grade. But if you guys want to let us know in the comments, what game would you want to go to? Go back in time, go forward in time, make up your own event. Let us know, and we'll be sure to like it and respond. So, coming up next, we have our last segment for Part 2 of Episode 3. It is our greatest tailgate memory ever, and let me tell you, mine's pretty bad. And I wish I had pictures of this, and they're probably somewhere, but I didn't want to dig them out. So stay tuned.
They didn't say his name. They didn't say Seku's name. Halfway through the first, Sekou Doumbouya is playing like he wants it. He's working. Valanciunas is also working. And Ja is shooting that thing like he is the top 5. Hey, he said it. I regret taking the under 222. It's definitely not gonna work. Don't mind me while I sit here, eat my cheese fries. The under still intact. We're at 107 at the half. We just need another slow down scoring a lot in the second quarter. I need it to continue. We need one more Ja Morant bucket and less than 50 points scored in the next 7 minutes. And I've led you to a 3-0 day, everybody. Doesn't get much better than this. Let's go. Under's gonna hit. Ja points hit. First quarter over hit. Corey Joseph, player of the game, led the Pistons all night. Facilitated defensive end. Ja Morant didn't live up to the hype of top 5 point guard in my opinion. Still got some work to do. Oh, the ball just got stuck. It's alright. Oh, that's a good one. Under hit. Over in the first quarter hit. Ja Morant points hit. Pistons dub. Keeps the Blazers in the playoff hunt. Pistons are still in lottery contention. I'm a happy man. Pistons win, baby!
And we are going to work into our greatest tailgate memory ever. I loved going to tailgates growing up. We had season tickets for the Lions. And going to a tailgate every Sunday, almost driving downtown 20 minutes and going to a tailgate, throwing around the football, and then going to the game. It's always a great time. But I would love to hear your favorite tailgate memory, Ty, if you want to kick us off here.
Yeah, so honestly, I haven't been to that many football games in my life, but I do remember this one football game. It was my first ever football game at the Big House. Went there. I don't remember if it was my mom or dad. Someone took me. But we were there, and we ended up walking around the stadium. They got like all the tailgate going on, everything. My uncle actually graduated from Michigan, so he had like this alumni tent that like all the old alumni were in, and they were in there and giving out their toast. It was the first game, I think, of Brady Hoke coaching Michigan, and they were playing his former team, San Diego State University, who he recruited and everything. So there was a lot of hype coming into this game that were like, oh, well, it's basically Brady Hoke coaching against Brady Hoke because he recruited both of these teams. But yeah, no, like that was one of the greatest experiences. There was toast inside the alumni tent. I wish I could remember what they were saying, but they were definitely not safe for work, whatever they were saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's so many. I mean, obviously, you know, one, if we go to more games than the other, there's different memories, there's different stories that can be told. You know, I have so many I could tell, but the one that like stands out to me, you know, when it comes to, you know, a tailgate would be, it was me, my dad, and a couple of his Army buddies downtown at Eastern Market. Downtown Detroit, and we're tailgating. I forget what game it was. I think it might have been Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving. Speak of the devil, it was Thanksgiving because it was packed, sold out, and everybody's playing catch in the street. You know, I think it was around 12-ish, maybe. And we're just playing catch. I forgot who I was playing with. But so I'm going back to catch a ball, and then at the same time, another dude is going backwards into me like this. I don't know how I look right now, but I don't see him coming, long story short. And he runs me over. Like, I'm a little guy. And he, like, sits on my head, bummer, right into the asphalt. I mean, I eat that dirt for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's still stuck in my throat. But, so, like, I'm, like, hurt, crying probably, all pissed off. I'm like, Dad, long story short, I, like, have this huge bump and raspberry scrape on my face. So I'm like, great. Now I look even worse than I do because I got a buzz cut. And so we end up going to the game, and we have some decent seats, you know, lower bowl. And, you know, I'm always dancing because, you know, I'm not really super into sports at this time. I'm just going because it's cool. And I get on the big screen, and I got this big, red, bloody face, probably like boogers hanging out of my nose. I'm like dancing on the screen. Like everybody's screaming. This kid looks like he just got, you know, ran over by a truck. But I mean, that was like, because like I think that was my first concussion ever. Not gonna lie, me slamming my head off. And if you know me, I got like 12. Like I'm this close. But like that was just, you know, one memory that stuck out to me the most about, you know, something that bad that happened at a tailgate, but you know, turned into a good memory. Yeah, but I mean, hopefully we get to go out to some tailgates here soon, and you know, the world opens back up. But
yeah, that would be great. I'd love to get out there with the game with you.
Yeah, we would run it. But that was it. We're gonna roll it out here with our Paradise picks for today, and then we will close out the show. So we'll see you guys after Paradise picks.
Alrighty, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to part 2 of episode 3. As always, we got our host here, Mr. Stashu Kowalski, and myself, Tyler Stumpo. Hope you enjoyed everything, and we will catch you next week. Much love.
See you guys.